I owe you an apology. I really do. Because for years, the medical system I was trained in told you that belly fat was simply a matter of eating too much and moving too little. We told you to count calories, to do more crunches, to just try harder. And while you were blaming yourself every single morning in front of the mirror, pinching that stubborn roll around your waist and wondering what was wrong with your willpower, the real problem was happening silently inside your body, behind your ribs, in an organ you probably never even think about. Your liver. That soft, reddish-brown organ sitting on the right side of your abdomen, quietly performing over 500 functions every single day, was slowly drowning. Not in alcohol. Not because of some rare disease, but because of foods you were told were safe, because of habits you were told were healthy, and because of advice that completely ignored what modern science has been screaming for the last decade. And here is what makes me angry. This is not new information. Researchers have known for years that abdominal weight gain is one of the earliest and most visible warning signs that your liver is in trouble. Yet most people will never hear this from their doctor until the damage is already advanced. So today I am going to tell you what I wish someone had told you 10 years ago. That belly fat is not just a cosmetic problem. It is a metabolic alarm. It is your body literally waving a red flag, telling you that something deep inside is going wrong. And if you understand what I am about to share with you in the next few minutes, you will not only understand why that weight settled exactly where it did, but you will finally have the power to do something about it. Something that actually works. Something based on science, not on guilt. Before I go any further, I want to ask you something personal. Look down right now. Place your hand on your belly. I want you to tell me honestly in the comments below, on a scale from 1 to 10, how frustrated are you with that area of your body? Just type a number. 1 means it barely bothers you. 10 means it is the first thing you think about when you wake up, and the last thing you think about before bed. I ask because I see this frustration every single week in my practice, and I want you to know you are not alone in this. Millions of people are fighting the same battle, and most of them are fighting it with the wrong weapons because no one gave them the real information. If this is your first time here, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel. Not because I need the numbers, but because what I share here is the kind of information that can genuinely change the trajectory of your health. I am not here to sell you a miracle. I am here to be that one voice you can trust when everything else feels confusing. And I promise you, if you stay with me today, you will walk away seeing your own body very differently. I need you to listen to this message very carefully because what I'm about to reveal could help protect your liver and possibly prevent serious health problems in the future. For years, I had no idea how dangerous fatty liver disease could be. I discovered that excess fat in the liver can silently contribute to inflammation, insulin resistance, weight gain, chronic fatigue, and in more advanced cases, liver scarring, cirrhosis, and even liver failure. The most frightening part is that fatty liver disease often develops without obvious symptoms. Many people believe they are healthy because they feel fine, while hidden damage continues to build inside their bodies every single day. And if you constantly feel tired, struggle with belly fat, have elevated liver enzymes, or have been told you have fatty liver, your risk may be much higher than you realize. But then I discovered a natural approach that helped me better understand what really causes fat to accumulate in the liver, and what lifestyle changes may help support a healthier liver. Today, thousands of people are learning these same principles and discovering practical ways to support liver health, improve energy levels, and reduce the factors that contribute to fatty liver disease. And there's something important you need to know. All of this information has been compiled into a special video, and we don't know how long it will remain available. If you want to discover what I discovered and learn a natural approach that may help support a healthier liver, click the link in the first pinned comment now and watch the video before it's gone. Now let me explain what is actually happening inside you, because once you see this, you cannot unsee it. Your liver is the master processor of your entire metabolism. Everything you eat, everything you drink, every medication you take, it all passes through your liver. Think of it as the central factory of your body. It filters toxins, it regulates blood sugar, it produces bile to digest fats, it stores vitamins, it manufactures proteins your blood needs to clot. It does all of this simultaneously every second of every day, without you ever being aware of it. But here is the problem. When you consistently feed your body more sugar, more refined carbohydrates, and more processed foods than your liver can handle, something terrible begins to happen. Your liver starts converting that excess energy into fat. Not the fat you can pinch on your arms or your thighs, a special dangerous type of fat that gets stored inside the liver itself and around your abdominal organs. This condition is called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and a landmark study published in the Journal of Hepatology in 2019, involving over 8 million participants across 22 countries, found that approximately 25% of the global adult population already has it, 1 in 4 people. And the vast majority of them have absolutely no idea. They feel fine. Their routine blood work looks normal, but inside their liver is slowly becoming clogged with fat, inflamed, and increasingly unable to do its job. And what is the most visible external sign that this process is underway? Abdominal weight gain. That thickening around your midsection that you blamed on aging, on stress, on hormones, on everything except the real cause. Your belly is not growing because you are lazy. Your belly is growing because your liver is overwhelmed. And when your liver is overwhelmed, it cannot properly metabolize fat. Instead, it starts storing fat around itself, around your intestines, around your kidneys, in a layer of what scientists call visceral fat. This visceral fat is metabolically active. It is not just sitting there. It is producing inflammatory chemicals, it is disrupting your hormones, it is increasing your insulin resistance, and it is making it nearly impossible for you to lose weight no matter how hard you try. This is why so many people tell me, "Doctor, I am eating less, I am exercising more, and I am still gaining weight around my middle." It is because the problem is not on your plate. The problem is in your liver. Let me now share with you 7 things that are damaging your liver far more than you realize. And I promise you, at least 2 of them will shock you, because they are things you probably do every single day thinking they are good for you. The first one is fruit juice. Yes, fruit juice. I know this sounds counterintuitive. Fruit is healthy, right? But here's what nobody tells you. When you squeeze the juice out of a fruit, you remove all of the fiber and you concentrate the sugar. A single glass of orange juice contains roughly the same amount of sugar as a glass of cola, approximately 21 grams. But because it says natural on the label, you drink it without a second thought, sometimes 2 or 3 glasses a day. Your liver processes fructose, which is the primary sugar in fruit juice, in a very specific way. Unlike glucose, which every cell in your body can use, fructose can only be metabolized by your liver. When you flood your liver with fructose from juice, it has no choice but to convert it directly into fat. A study from Tufts University published in 2021 found that people who drank just 1 serving of fruit juice per day had a significantly higher accumulation of liver fat compared to those who ate whole fruit instead. The fiber in whole fruit slows the absorption and gives your liver time to process it. The juice hits your liver like a tidal wave. So if you have a glass of orange juice sitting on your breakfast table right now, I need you to understand something. That glass might be one of the reasons your belly keeps growing. The second thing is so-called healthy granola and breakfast cereals. Walk down the cereal aisle in any supermarket and you will see words like whole grain, heart healthy, packed with vitamins. But flip that box around and read the ingredients. Many of those cereals contain 10 to 15 grams of added sugar per serving. Some granolas contain even more because they are bound together with honey, maple syrup, or agave, all of which are metabolized by your liver in the exact same way as table sugar. I had a patient named Margaret, 62 years old, who came to me convinced she was doing everything right. She ate granola with low-fat yogurt every morning, had a salad for lunch, and a sensible dinner. Yet her waistline kept expanding and her energy was crashing every afternoon. When we tested her liver enzymes, they were elevated. When we did an ultrasound, she had moderate fatty liver disease. The single biggest change we made was replacing her morning granola with eggs and vegetables. Within 3 months, she lost 4 inches off her waist and her liver enzymes returned to normal. The granola she thought was saving her was actually feeding her liver fat. The third one is vegetable oils, and this one requires your full attention because these oils are in almost everything you eat. Soybean oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, corn oil. They are in your salad dressing, your crackers, your bread, your restaurant meals, your frozen dinners. These oils are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids, and while your body does need some omega-6, the modern diet delivers them in absurdly excessive quantities. Research published in the journal Nutrients in 2020 showed that a high omega-6 to omega-3 ratio promotes liver inflammation and accelerates the progression of fatty liver disease. Your grandparents cooked with butter, lard, and olive oil. Their rates of fatty liver disease were a fraction of what we see today. We replaced those traditional fats with industrial seed oils and told everyone it was healthier. It was not. It was a catastrophic mistake, and your liver is paying the price. The fourth one is a habit, not a food, and it is something almost everyone does. Eating late at night. Your liver, like the rest of your body, operates on a circadian rhythm. It has periods of high activity and periods of rest and repair. When you eat a large meal at 9 or 10 at night and then go to bed, your liver is forced to process all of that food during its repair window. It cannot do both. It cannot heal itself and metabolize your dinner at the same time. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism in 2020 found that people who consumed more than 30% of their daily calories after 8 in the evening had significantly higher levels of liver fat and greater waist circumference than those who ate the same number of calories but finished earlier in the day. Same calories, same food. The only difference was timing. Your liver needs that nighttime window to clean house, to detoxify, to regenerate its cells. When you eat late, you are robbing it of that opportunity, and the result shows up around your waistline. The fifth one is something millions of people take every day without thinking twice. Over-the-counter pain medications. Acetaminophen, which is sold under brand names you would instantly recognize, is processed entirely by your liver. When taken occasionally at the recommended dose, your liver can handle it. But studies show that a staggering number of people exceed the recommended dose regularly, either by taking too many pills or by unknowingly doubling up because acetaminophen is hidden in cold medicines, sleep aids, and combination pain relievers. A review published in the journal Hepatology Communications in 2022 found that chronic low-level overuse of acetaminophen is a significantly under-recognized contributor to liver stress and fatty liver progression. I am not telling you to never take a pain reliever. I am telling you to read every label, to know exactly how much you are taking, and to understand that your liver is the one paying for every pill. The sixth one might be the most controversial thing I say today, but I owe you the truth. Low-fat foods. For decades, you were told that fat was the enemy. Cut the fat, lose the weight, save your heart. So the food industry responded by removing fat from everything and replacing it with sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and artificial additives to make up for the lost flavor. Low-fat yogurt, low-fat cookies, low-fat salad dressing. Every single one of them loaded with sugars that go straight to your liver. A major analysis published in the British Medical Journal in 2020 reviewed data from over 100,000 participants and concluded that there was no significant association between total fat intake and fatty liver disease, but there was a strong and consistent association between added sugar intake and liver fat accumulation. The low-fat diet was never about your health. It was about selling more processed food. And the organ that suffered the most was your liver. Every time you chose the low-fat version, you were likely choosing the high-sugar version, and your liver was quietly converting every gram of that sugar into the fat that now sits around your organs. The seventh and final one is something that surprises almost everyone I tell: a sedentary lifestyle, even if you are not overweight. There is a dangerous misconception that fatty liver disease only affects people who are obese. This is completely false. Research from the Stanford University School of Medicine, published in 2023 in the journal Gastroenterology, found that nearly 20% of people with a normal body mass index had significant liver fat accumulation. They called this condition lean fatty liver disease. And one of the strongest predictors was not diet alone, but a lack of regular physical movement. When you sit for prolonged periods, your muscles stop pulling glucose and fatty acids from your blood. Your liver is left to deal with the excess alone. Even 30 minutes of brisk walking per day has been shown to reduce liver fat by up to 10% over a 12-week period, independent of weight loss. You do not need to run a marathon. You need to move consistently every day, because your liver cannot do its job when your body is still. Now here's where I need to warn you about 3 things that seem completely harmless, but are silently making all of this worse. The first is diet sodas. You switched from regular soda to diet thinking you were making a smart choice. But research from the Weizmann Institute of Science showed that artificial sweeteners alter your gut microbiome in ways that increase insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is one of the primary drivers of liver fat accumulation. You traded sugar for chemicals that trick your body into behaving as if sugar was there anyway. The second is excessive cardio on an empty stomach. Many people believe that fasting cardio, running, or cycling first thing in the morning without eating will burn more fat. But when your liver glycogen stores are already depleted from overnight fasting, and you push your body into high-intensity exercise, your liver goes into stress mode. It releases cortisol, which actually promotes visceral fat storage around your abdomen. Moderate exercise is wonderful for your liver. Extreme exercise on an empty stomach can work against you. And the third hidden danger is stress itself. Chronic psychological stress elevates cortisol levels persistently, and cortisol does 2 things that directly harm your liver. It increases your appetite for sugary, fatty comfort foods, and it directly signals your body to store fat in the abdominal area. A study from University College London published in 2017 tracked over 2,000 adults and found that those with the highest chronic cortisol levels, measured from hair samples over a 4-year period, had significantly greater waist circumference and higher rates of metabolic disease, regardless of their diet or exercise habits. Your stress is literally reshaping your body from the inside out. So what can you actually do about all of this? Let me give you 5 concrete actions you can start today, not next month, not next year, today. The first action is to eliminate liquid sugars entirely. No fruit juice, no regular soda, no sweetened coffee drinks, no smoothies loaded with honey or agave. Drink water, plain tea, or black coffee. This single change removes one of the largest sources of fructose that your liver has to deal with every day. The second action is to finish your last meal at least 3 hours before you go to sleep. Give your liver its nightly repair window. If you normally eat dinner at 8, move it to 6:30. If you cannot eat earlier, make your late meal the smallest and lightest of your day. Your liver will thank you. The third action is to walk for 30 minutes after your largest meal. Not before. After. Post-meal walking has been shown in multiple studies to dramatically reduce the blood sugar and fat load that reaches your liver. It does not need to be fast. It does not need to be strenuous. Just move your body for half an hour after you eat. The fourth action is to replace vegetable oils in your kitchen with olive oil, avocado oil, or butter. Read the labels on everything you buy. If it contains soybean oil, canola oil, or sunflower oil as one of the first 3 ingredients, put it back on the shelf. This one change reduces the inflammatory load on your liver significantly. The fifth action is to eat at least 2 servings of cruciferous vegetables every day. Broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, kale. These vegetables contain compounds called glucosinolates that have been shown in research published in the journal World Journal of Gastroenterology to actively support your liver's natural detoxification pathways and reduce liver fat accumulation. They are nature's liver medicine, and they cost almost nothing. Now, I want to hear from you. I want you to go to the comments right now and tell me which of those 5 actions you are going to start with. Just type the number. Type 1 if you are cutting out liquid sugars. Type 2 if you are going to stop eating late. Type 3 if you are going to start walking after meals. Type 4 if you are throwing out the vegetable oils. Type 5 if you are adding more cruciferous vegetables, and tell me why you chose that one. What is driving you to make that change? I read every single comment, and I respond to as many as I can because this community matters to me. And if you know someone who has been struggling with belly fat, someone who has been blaming themselves for years, someone who keeps trying diet after diet and watching that waistline stubbornly refuse to shrink, I want you to share this video with them right now. Send it in a text message. Share it on your social media. Email it to your sister, your friend, your coworker, because what I shared today could be the missing piece they have been looking for. They deserve to know that it was never about willpower. It was about their liver. My name is Dr. Nathan Carter, and I have dedicated my career to bringing you the real science behind the health problems that affect you most. I am not here to sell you fear or false hope. I am here to give you truth, clarity, and practical tools that can change your life. If this video helped you see your body differently, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. I release new content every week with the same depth and honesty you just experienced. Take care of yourself. Be gentle with your body. It has been working harder than you know to keep you alive. And now you can finally start working with it instead of against it. And please remember, everything I shared today is for educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for personalized medical advice from your own healthcare provider. If you suspect you may have fatty liver disease or if you are experiencing unexplained abdominal weight gain, please see your doctor and request a liver panel and an abdominal ultrasound. Early detection is everything. I will see you in the next video.